Good evening, kinfolk. It's your boy Screwface Capone in the house. It is Saturday, February 13th. More likely you're probably watching this first thing on Sunday morning. But anyway, this is another edition of the Shark Tank, where we metaphorically take a game trailer or game demo, hoist it in the shark cage, and hoist it high above a shark tank. We take a look at the trailer or the demo. We take a look at the developer, their past record. We take a look at any other supplemental material that's out there, and then we decide whether we pump it into our Steam wish list or whatever, or if we dump it in the Shark Tank, metaphorically speaking. So anyway, first of all, before we go any further, make sure you hit that subscribe button and click the like button. That way you'll be the first to know when I put out new videos. I got a bunch of stuff coming out these next couple weeks, and you're not going to want to miss any of it. Also, if you like what you're watching, hit that thumbs up. Even if you dislike it, then feel free to click the thumbs down. I'd rather you not, but hey, it's a free country. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. And again, like and subscribe and comment. Of course, if you subscribe and let me know in the comments, I'll give you a shout out in the next video. So anyway, again, in this edition of Pump It or Dump It. Now, you might remember a few weeks back I took a look at Taxi Chaos, and for some reason that ended up being my most viewed video and somehow my most divisive video, because as of right now it's got 6 likes, and it's got I'll show you real quick. Like as of right now it's got it's 50% at it's 50% at 6 likes and 6 dislikes for whatever reason. It's got 663 views, so that's really freaking weird as hell. But speaking of that, anyway, what Taxi Chaos is, for those of you who didn't see the trailer, it's basically a successor to Crazy Taxi, and apparently Sega liked it so much that they gave it their blessing. So that's a pretty cool thing. And also featured in the video is a game called Slide Stars, where you get to play as several famous YouTube influencers that I never heard of. So yeah, if you want to play as a popular YouTube influencer, then there's your chance. But anyway, I discovered another game in the vein of Crazy Taxi, and this actually has something different going for it. So it's called Mile High Taxi, and we're gonna go to the trailer right now, and you're going to see why it's called Mile High Taxi. Let's switch over to the browser, and here's the trailer. That is Mile High Taxi. See a link below to wishlist on Steam. Sword developer made, and this is the guy that made it. Cassius John Adams. And he's got a development log too. So, So as you can see, this is basically Crazy Taxi meets The Fifth Element. So first of all, let's go to Cassius John Adams. So he's a solo developer, and this is his development log. So he's developing this in Unity. So that's one thing you like to know, because a lot of times you see like any developers working with Unity, and a lot of times they're basically like asset flips. I know you remember the old Digital Homicide story, but like if you saw from the camera, then it actually looks pretty high quality. Let's take a look at Dev Fly-Through. Does not represent actual gameplay. And this came out last August. One thing I like is that he uses like some of the same YouTube audio stuff that I use in my stuff. If you see some of my list, you'll definitely recognize this song. I just gotta point that out. What if I can get rid of that? So obviously there's hardly any signs, no pedestrians, but it still looks pretty good. Now, I don't want to watch the whole thing, but I'll post a link to where you can see this stuff. So yeah, that definitely looks so obviously that looks different from the trailer that we just saw, but at the same time, it's still it's still got a lot of level of quality. So game environment test does not represent final gameplay. It's got a few more pedestrians and a few more cars. Again, we won't go through the whole video because, I'll post the link. You'll see it on your own time. Texture check fly around physics jitter issue. So he's definitely Unity performance optimization. Let's see this.
Mile High Taxi runs at more than 350 frames per second on my gaming machine. Today I'm going to talk about performance in Unity, including how I managed greater than 60 frames per second and more than 30 FPS on a low-end Intel UHD 620 integrated graphics card.
Obviously, you won't hear the whole thing about this, but it looks like it. I guess for those of you who are working with Unity, I guess it'll give you some kind of great insight to development process as well as his process. I gotta get move.
This is Cassius. I'm the creator of Mile High Taxi. Today I'm going to show you a few things I've worked on over the past few weeks in my video game. Let's get started. First up today, I was getting absolutely sick and tired of manually adding random prefabs such as chairs, tables, plants, garbage bins, and other sidewalk furniture to the scene within the Unity editor. I've already spent hundreds of hours doing that. There's hundreds more hours worth of work. So instead I wrote an editor script so that I can automatically and randomly place objects onto the sidewalks and bridges. If I don't like what it's generating, I can easily regenerate them and then move them into a better position. I already have about 10,000 or so of these objects, so this script is going to be a huge time saver for me.
Okay, that's pretty sweet. Yeah, it's like if you're into game development, then a lot of what you do is find ways to cut it down and make it simpler. I actually had an old Android game called Match Squadron from a few years back. I'm not even sure it's still playable, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, this is his website. Time is now, and the setting is just right. So he's got his own life, and I know it's hella risky when you put your own name behind a project, but he's definitely got but he's definitely confident in what he's doing, and ooh, here's funny glitches. He's definitely confident about what he's doing. Ooh, here's funny development glitches. Let's look at that real quick. Trucks and cars floating. And here's some more stuff. So again, I'll post links to all this stuff below. Let's see, wishlist it on Steam. Here's the Steam page. So you guys are using it. So the planned release date is coming soon. Who knows when it might be. Alright. It's a 24th century citizen. Mile High Taxi City is hiring new taxi drivers. Ready to leave the slums, pollution, lower roads behind. Get in your hovercraft and collect fares already. Do not let your meter run out on you. Mile High Taxi is the fifth element meets Crazy Taxi. Enough said. Add it to your wish list. Drive your flying taxi cab in a race against time, transporting as many fares as you can before the meter clock runs out. There's no time to customize your car in a single-player game. Get driving already. Play as Kyle, Emma, Skylar, a down-your-luck citizen regulated to the city's sub-100 floor of the slums. Alright, so it's So it's a single player. It's an arcade style game. So yeah, basically it's got like a. Let's see if he's developed anything else. Obviously not, because this is his first game, obviously. But so yeah, it's definitely he's definitely trying to concentrate on getting the graphics to look good and getting that arcade feel with the gameplay. Also, just making that good kind of product. I'm worried if Sega's going to come after him, but then again, like there's still, at the same time though, there's still enough to. I guess there's a press kit. There's more recent YouTube stuff. He's got social media, so he's always, so you can follow him and you can see like all the stuff he's working with his game. So that's pretty sweet. So yeah, he's definitely got a lot of he's definitely got a lot of confidence. He's throwing his stuff out there. So yeah, of course, once again, it's going to come down to how the game's going to play. And now again, though, I'm wondering like if Sega's going to come after him because now if you remember from the Taxi Chaos, I had mentioned that Sega actually has a patent on the Crazy Taxi style gameplay. When they came out with that Simpsons hit and run a few years back, Sega sued them and they ended up settling out of court for an undisclosed amount. But with Taxi Chaos, they had actually gotten the blessing from Sega to create the game. But I think with Mile High Taxi, like obviously it's going to be a case of I think it's going to be the case of it's obviously a case of if the what am I trying to say? It's going to be a case that the gameplay is actually unique enough to set itself apart significantly from Crazy Taxi, like flying in the air and stuff like that. So if you like Crazy Taxi, and if you like the Fifth Element, then this is definitely a game you're going to want to check out. So should we pump it or dump it? I'm definitely going to pump this. Again, it's going to come down to the gameplay, but it's definitely got a good premise. It's definitely got good graphics from what I'm seeing, and he's definitely keeping readers like just ahead of where he's at in development. So there's not a whole lot of hype around it, but again, you always want to see a new indie developer come up and succeed. So this is definitely going to be a pump it for me. Let's let him out. Let's let him out the shark cage, and looks like the sharks are going to be going hungry this week. So that was another edition of Shark Tank. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, if you like what you just saw, hit that thumbs up icon. If you want to see more, hit that subscribe button, click the little bell icon. And if you let me know in the comments, I'll give you a shout out in the next video. So I got a number of stuff coming out through the next few weeks. Right now I'm working on a feature for the game Bloodstorm. I got the vocals recorded, and right now I'm working on getting the game footage together. And also, depending on when this video is released, either late Saturday night, because it's almost 10 p.m. as I record this, or early Sunday morning. And if it's on Sunday morning, then I'm going to have my top 5 news later in that day during the evening. And again, I also got the first installment of the King of Fighters retrospective coming sometime either on before the 26th, which is my birthday. So it's my birthday, but you will be getting the present. Right now, I got the script written up, and I'll be recording the audio shortly. So if you're an SNK fan, you're not going to want to miss it, because in the first installment, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the history of SNK up to the release of the first installment of KOF, and I'll tell you more about this. I'll tell you more about the series as we get closer to it. But again, comment, subscribe, and until next time, I'm out of 51,000 G, kid folk.